Now we've talked about scales and chords. This time what we're going to talk about is how they're related to one another. This is essentially a lesson about how you build chords from scales. We discussed the theory of scales, how they're built on intervals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. That sound that gets you do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. But we didn't discuss in detail the theory of how you build a chord. Why this shape is a C major chord. That's what we're going to do this time. Essentially, you had to understand the theory of a scale in order to get to the theory of a chord. This lesson is going to show you how those two things are related. Essentially, a scale and a chord are two different ways of looking at the same thing. When we talked about the major scale, we talked about a diatonic scale that uses the solfege do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Then I mentioned that what we're going to do is we're going to use those scale degrees, each note of the scale, we're going to assign a number to it. So the first note of the scale, the root note, the note it begins on, that it's named on, in this case C, since it starts the C major scale. Then, from the 1, the second note, the second scale degree is a 2. The third scale degree, in this case the major 3, it's a major scale. Then the fourth scale degree, the fifth scale degree, the sixth scale degree, major 6, because it could be minor, and then major 7, and then 1, or 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 1. The reason that the octave is called the octave, that prefix oct, is 8. That's what it means, as in octagon or octagonal or octopus, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, or 8, and then back down 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That is the C major scale in a linear form, one note at a time. So it's all of the notes of the scale stretched out in time. So you hear 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, and then 1, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, all in a linear manner. So it's horizontal, if you will. Now, the idea behind a chord is that you take some of the notes of the scale and play them together at the same time. So it's not a linear thing that's horizontal, but it's more of a vertical thing, a simultaneous happening of several notes of the scale all at the same time. Which notes of the scale? The 1, the 3, and the 5. When we build chords in Western music in diatonic chromatic harmony, what we do is we use something called triadic harmony. We build chords based on triads. We start on the first note of the scale, the 1, C. Then we skip the 2, and we go to the 3. In this case, the major 3, the note E, since we're in C major, and we play the 1 and the 3 together, and that's a harmony of a third. Then we skip the 4th note of the scale, and we go to the 5th note, in this case the G, open G string. Then we play the first note, the 3rd note, and the 5th note together at the same time. So we're playing scale degrees, but instead of playing them one after the other, separate in time, we're playing 3 of them together. We're playing the 1, the 3, and the 5 together as a vertical event that happens at the same time. That's why often people say that melody is horizontal, but harmony, the chords stacked up on a piece of sheet music, is vertical. So that's where the C major chord comes from. It comes from the notes of the scale. The 1, the 3, and the 5 play together at the same time instead of separately.